Your dog will never tell you it hurts. This isn't because they don't want to communicate with you, but because of an ancestral instinct engraved deep within their DNA. In the wild, a wolf that shows weakness puts the entire pack at risk. Therefore, they become masters of disguise. Dogs are biologically programmed to hide their pain and keep walking until their body literally collapses. By the time a dog finally whimpers or limps, the pain has already surpassed their tolerance threshold. It is a level 10 out of 10 pain. But weeks before that collapse, your dog was already screaming for help with silent signals. These are micro signs that 90% of owners ignore or confuse with old age or bad behavior. Today, I am going to reveal 7 critical signals that your dog is suffering in silence. Pay special attention to signal number 5. It looks like an innocent game, but it is an immediate veterinary emergency. If you see this, do not wait. Every minute counts. Before we dive into these life-saving signals, hit that subscribe button. It's a 5-second action that helps us keep providing you with the tools to give your dog a longer, pain-free life. Signal 1. The obsessive manicure. Many owners see their dog licking their front paws and think, "How clean? He is grooming himself." This is a massive mistake. Unlike cats, dogs do not have a biological need for extreme hygiene by licking their paws. If you see your dog constantly licking a specific paw or the wrist area, that is a localized cry for pain. Why do they do it? The rhythmic action of licking releases endorphins in their brain that act as a natural, mild painkiller. They are literally self-medicating. It could be an allergy, yes, but very often in older dogs, it is the #1 sign of arthritis. The pain is deep inside the bone, and since they cannot massage the area, they lick it to generate heat and soothe the inflammation. Here is an expert trick to confirm this. Look at the color of the fur on their paws. Dog saliva contains porphyrins, which upon contact with air, oxidize and stain the fur a reddish-brown color, like rust. If you see rust-colored stains on their joints, that dog has been licking for months due to chronic pain. Do not scold them for the noise. Check their joints immediately. Signal 2. The phantom panting. Panting is normal after running or if it's hot. But what happens if your dog starts panting while lying on the sofa with the air conditioning on and without having exercised? This is called phantom panting, and it is one of the most reliable clinical indicators that your dog is feeling sudden acute pain or severe nausea. When the body feels pain, the heart rate accelerates, and panting helps oxygenate the blood to manage the stress. But how do you tell a normal pant from a pain pant? Look at their face. A dog panting from heat usually has a relaxed face. A dog panting from pain has the corners of its lips pulled back and tense, the eyes squinted, and the ears pinned back against the skull. If your dog is panting at rest and you see this facial tension, they are not hot, they are suffering. Signal 3. The prayer position. This is the signal that confuses owners the most because it looks almost exactly like an invitation to play. Sometimes dogs stretch their front legs out, put their chest near the floor, but keep their rear end high in the air. We call this the prayer position. Yes, they use a similar posture to play, but there is a key difference: movement. If they do it when you get home, while jumping and wagging their tail, it's happiness. But if they do it out of nowhere and stay rigid in that posture, without moving their tail and with an anguished look in their eyes, it is an abdominal emergency. This posture stretches the abdomen to try to relieve pressure from intense internal pain, often associated with pancreatitis or a twisted stomach. If your dog holds this position for more than a few seconds without wanting to move, every second is vital. This is not a game, it is a plea for help. Signal 4. Selective aggression or the "don't touch me" response. Has your normally sweet dog ever growled or snapped at you when you tried to pet them in a certain spot? Many owners think the dog is just becoming grumpy with age, but personality doesn't just flip for no reason. Pain changes the brain's chemistry. Therefore, a dog in pain lives in a constant state of hypervigilance. They aren't being mean. They are terrified that your touch will cause a spike in their agony. If your dog suddenly stops enjoying belly rubs or winces when you touch their lower back, you aren't looking at a behavior problem. You are looking at a neurological defense mechanism against chronic inflammation. Signal 5. The inappropriate play response. This is the one I warned you about. Imagine you throw a ball or a toy, and instead of chasing it, your dog looks at it, takes 2 steps, and then starts frantically biting at their own tail or flank. Or perhaps they start spinning in circles. To the untrained eye, it looks like they are just being goofy or playing in their own way. But in clinical terms, this is often a sign of a referred pain spike. The excitement of the game causes a surge in blood pressure, which makes a pinched nerve or a spinal issue flare up. The dog doesn't understand why they suddenly feel a zap of electricity or a sharp needle sensation, so they attack the part of their body where they think the sensation is coming from. If your dog interrupts play to bite themselves or spin obsessively, they are experiencing a neuropathic crisis. Signal 6. Staircase hesitation. If your dog used to sprint up the stairs and now they stand at the bottom, looking up and shifting their weight from side to side, pay attention. This is not laziness. This is a calculated risk assessment. Dogs are excellent at physics. They know exactly how much force it takes to propel their rear end upward. If they hesitate, it's because the cost of the pain is higher than the desire to be with you upstairs. This is the classic precursor to hip dysplasia, or IVDD, intervertebral disc disease. By the time they actually refuse to walk, the damage might be irreversible. Catch the hesitation, and you catch the disease early. Signal 7. The stare. Have you ever found your dog just staring at a wall or standing in a corner as if they are lost? This is often dismissed as doggy dementia. While that can be true, in many cases, it is a sign of high intracranial pressure or severe dull, constant aching. They are essentially zoning out to cope with the sensory overload of chronic pain. Their world is shrinking because the pain is taking up all their mental bandwidth. Your dog's silence is not a sign that everything is okay. It is a testament to their strength and their love for you, as they don't want to worry the leader of their pack. But as their guardian, your job is to see through the disguise. If you've noticed even one of these signs, don't wait for them to cry out. Their silent screams are already happening in the way they move, the way they look, and the way they rest. Now that you know how to identify the hidden pain, you need to know what you are feeding them that might be causing this inflammation in the first place.